Hello, everybody. Hope you're well. I'm going to talk to you today about investing in yourself and why any expenditure that you make on yourself is an investment and not expenditure, as some people may think. I personally have spent a huge amount of money on my own personal development over the last 20 something years, right from when I started my own business. My very first business in 2002. It was a recruitment company, and one of the very first things that I did was hire someone who'd set up a very successful recruitment business, and I hired him as my coach. Actually, it was the founder of Reed Employment. Those of you in the UK will know of that company. And it was very, very useful for me. It sent me on a very fast trajectory of growth by doing that. When I wanted to get fit at the age of 54, I'm 62 now, I was able to I went to the very best gym, the very best trainer. I spent a lot of money, time, and effort, and I was able to regain some fitness vastly beyond my expectation. Became super fit and have been able to sustain it because I learned how to train myself, and then I qualified as a PT. When I wanted to find out about how the mind works, I became a platinum partner with Tony Robbins. Some of you may have heard of him. That alone cost me $75,000 per year. And that was on top of all of the travel and everything that costs that entailed as well. But it means that I am here today equipped with knowledge to be future proof. Let's put it that way. So I know that it's just after Christmas. Those of you who are just looking at the video at the beginning of 2025, Christmas is a very expensive time. But we do start a new year, don't we, wanting to do new things. And what I'm here to try to get you to think about is that if you're not prepared to spend time differently, spend your money differently, then achieving those new goals and pushing forward to that next level is just not going to be possible. Well, it's going to be possible to a certain extent, but you're not going to be able to fulfill everything that you want to do. Something has to change. So it's not necessarily that you have to earn more money to do these things. This is my little dog, say hello. But it's more about using your money differently. I mean, if you think about how you spend your money, and I did put this in a post actually the other day, a few coffees, a quick taxi ride every day, a few dinners every month, and before you know it, is in excess of 5, 6, 7, maybe £1,000 a month. And coaching doesn't even cost that much very often. You can certainly get coaching for less than that. So being prepared to change our expenditure is maybe one way of actually doing this. But let me tell you some of the things. I made a few notes here, some of the things that occurred to me when I was thinking about this subject. Your future does depend on it, is the first thing that I wrote down here. If you feel stuck and you're not sure what to do next, you need some external input. And yes, you can get lots and lots of free coaching online, and I would strongly urge you to look that up. But if you want something bespoke, if you want something that is going to hold you accountable, then hiring a coach of some sort in body or mind or business, whatever it is that you want to move forward, is the way forward. And that will enable you to become future proof. I'll talk a bit more about that concept in a minute, but your future does depend on you changing some things. So that's the first thing. I personally believe that the money that I've spent is the best money that I've ever spent. The ROI goes on and on and on. The return on investment goes on and on forever. So, that decision I made to hire that coach back in 2002 enabled me to create a company that was worth some 30 million and impacted thousands of people. And, it was award winning, that business ultimately. And it meant that I met the king and I was awarded an MBE for services to business. All of those things happened because I set that business up and it was very successful. And the reason I believe it was successful so quickly was because of the coaching that I had at the beginning. So I think that the ROI is better than any other ROI that you will ever get on any other investment. The third thing is, your health is your greatest asset. So if you don't know how to be your healthiest self, your fittest self, because you're not sure what training to do, you're not sure what food to eat, what supplements to take, what your sleep routine should be, what's happening with your hormones, all of those things, you need to learn that stuff. Because if you haven't got your health right, it doesn't matter really what you're doing in your business. You're going to lose energy. You're going to be too tired. Things will go wrong, and God forbid you end up in hospital. Then you're just not literally going to be able to run your business or, run your job. So your health is your number one asset. So that's a very, very good reason, if nothing else, to invest in some coaching so that you know these things, so that you understand what's necessary for a long and healthy life. I'll go on to talk about longevity a bit more in a minute. But success number 4 does require a very strong foundation. If you neglect developing your skills, you are going to come up and bump up against issues that you have no idea how to resolve, whether those are health issues, relationship issues, business issues. They happen. We can't expect life to be perfect. We have to deal with life as it comes, and we need a strong foundation for that. The 5th thing that I said, that I noted here, was that staying relevant is non-negotiable, really. How do we stay relevant? Well, we have to be developing our skills all the time, because things are changing so quickly. In 2002, when I was very first in recruitment and hiring people and placing people in jobs, we actually had all their details on cards. And we were asking them for Microsoft Office skills and things like that, unbelievably. But then, a few years later, every company wanted e-commerce departments and digital skills and digital teams. Now companies want AI skills. Things are going to change as we progress really, really quickly, more quickly than they have before. And so I'm afraid to say that we will become irrelevant and unemployable, and also struggle with being competitive if we run our own businesses, if we don't keep these skill levels up. So it's not beyond anyone. It's not that you get too old and so that technology is for other people. We can't really be like that anymore. We have to keep our skill levels up in order to be relevant. And if we're going to live long for a long time, and I've talked before about longevity, escape velocity, which means that ultimately we could end up living ad infinitum as the doctors learn how to keep us alive for longer. Then we have to keep our skill levels up if we are going to maintain our health and fitness, because no one wants to be alive for many years if they're not fit and strong, but also to be able to earn money to pay for all these extra years. I also said that confidence comes from growth. When you are more skilled and able to deal with things, when you know about how to keep your body fit, when you know how to deal with life challenges, when you understand what is going on in business, you feel more confident. And if you feel more confident, that enables you to grow. And I think that all of that does set you apart. Many of you will watch this video. Some of you will think maybe you don't agree, but others may agree, but think, well, it's not for me. But I think there will be a minority of you who listen to this and actually take action. And those are the people who will be set apart. Those are the people who will race ahead. They will be the fittest, they will be the strongest, they will be the wealthiest, they will be the most successful. And that's going to have a wonderful impact on the people around them, their families, their friends. So it will set you apart if you invest in yourself at this point. And it will, number 8, it will prevent regret, because I've lost count of the number of people that I've actually coached who said to me, if only I had started sooner. I just wish I'd started sooner. I can't believe that I spent so long unhappy with my body, for example. I can't believe that I didn't know this about a business, and yet I've been running a business for so long. I can't believe that I've only just got this promotion when for so many years I was languishing in a job and wishing that I could get a promotion, but didn't think it was possible. So it will prevent regret. And you will end up earning more over time, because once you learn these new skills, it means that you can invest it in new things. That makes you more valuable. It means that you are worth more money, and ultimately, therefore, you will earn more money. So you will get that ROI back in money as well as everything else. And finally, you will set an example for others. And ultimately, I think we all want to be role models, don't we? We all want to make impact. We want to be thought leaders. And if not for the world at large, even just for our own small circle of our family and our friends. So for all of these reasons, I would say that it's not about spending thousands. I'm not saying everybody should go and spend, all their life savings on coaching. But I would say in just the same way that, we're reserving money for household expenses and little things like I mentioned at the beginning, the coffees, the Uber driver cars, the Netflix subscription, the Apple subscriptions, and all these other little things, they all add up. And perhaps it would be useful to set aside a budget for coaching, for up leveling, for upskilling, for upgrading our health, our mindset, our body, and our business. And I just wanted to leave you with that thought. If you are interested, therefore, after listening to this, in some coaching, then there will be a link somewhere around this video, and I'd love to get you started. But for now, I hope I've made you think. I hope I've made you realize that investing in yourself is the #1 investment. And I wish you sincerely lots of luck with it.